The rain drummed a relentless rhythm against the window of the small attic studio, a sound that usually sparked inspiration, but today felt like a heavy curtain. On the desk lay a single weathered notebook and a charcoal pencil that had been sharpened so many times it was barely a stub. Everest sat staring at the blank page. For weeks, the ideas had been like ghosts, visible in the periphery but vanishing the moment he turned to face them. He was trying to capture the feeling of a memory he couldn't quite name, the smell of pine needles after a storm, and the distant sound of a bell. The door creaked open, and Lyra stepped in, carrying two mismatched mugs of steaming ginger tea. She didn't say anything at first, simply setting a mug down near his elbow. She leaned over his shoulder, her eyes tracing the empty white space of the paper. "The silence is loud today," she murmured, her voice barely rising above the rain. "It's not silent," Everest replied, finally picking up the pencil. "It's just waiting." Lyra walked over to the window and pushed it open just a crack. The scent of damp earth and cold air flooded the room. "Then give it a reason to speak." Everest watched her for a moment, the way the gray light caught the edge of her silhouette. He looked back at the page and pressed the charcoal down. He didn't draw the forest or the bell. Instead, he drew the curve of the open window and the way the light pooled on the floorboards. The ghosts finally stayed still. By the time the tea had grown cold, the page was no longer empty, and the rain outside didn't sound like a curtain anymore. It sounded like an invitation,